Morning, everybody. Welcome to Ted Davies Artistry. This is TED Talks. We're going to be doing actually TED Drawing today. So we're going to be doing a couple things with Cthulhu. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. Let me know. I have to do a part 2 of this because it's a bigger project and I just haven't had time to finish it. And I really want to do it on air. I was asked to do a few things more painting wise and fill you in on my process and what I'm doing. So if you haven't visited this channel before, Ted Davies Artistry is basically a channel that helps you build your creative business. And that's what we do here. So I'm a publisher, author, and an artist, but mainly an artist. So today we're going to be looking at a few things about what I was asked to do for Cthulhu Invades Wonderland. Travis Gibb was kind enough to ask me to do a pinup for that project, and that's what we're working on today. So if you guys don't know about Cthulhu, check out anything with Lovecraft. Lovecraft is such an odd character as a writer, but man, amazing writing. But yeah, this one here, this particular book you can find, I know, a couple of different places. This one was produced in the UK. So Glenn, how you doing? Good morning. And good morning, Donna and Carl. But Glenn, you could probably pick this one up if you don't already have it. So Ace Bonnie, good morning. So let's check out everything that we're doing on this adventure with Cthulhu. And we will be right, as they say, back. That was cool. I always like my intro. Hopefully you guys do too. We want to tell you that we are part of the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. So check out everything that we're doing on Facebook, 7 days a week, entertainment and education. And it's about a group of creatives that help creatives build their business. And that's why we're affiliated with them. So check out everything that Rising Tide Broadcast Network's doing. Got a lot going on right now with Ted Davies Artistry especially. If you haven't subscribed or liked this, please do, because I would love for you guys to be part of this Ted's tribe and this adventure that we're on. Got a lot going on this year, and this is just a small part of it. So check out everything that we're doing, especially with the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. Also, we are going to be sponsored by Comics Unlimited today. Glenn B. Fleming and myself host a Comics Unlimited podcast on Thursdays. This Thursday, we're doing it's actually a pre-recorded session. It's on Frank Miller and how of an inspiration he was for both of us, actually, but for me, especially with his black and white work. So check out that. It's on Thursdays at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard. And first off, we've got, I'm doing a new segment on TED Talks right now. It's called Ted's Library. And I showcase independent artists or comic books that I enjoy, independent authors, and sometimes mainstream authors for that reason. But yeah, so in any case, today, who are we going to be talking about? Who do you guess? Anyone? Eric Hawkins. That's right. I don't know if you guys heard that or not. Zombieful World of Oz, I think, is probably, and I'm going to go on the record here saying that this is probably going to be one of the best IPs of 2022. I know it was last year. I got all 3 of the books, 1 through 3. If you guys can see that, check out everything that they're doing. It's a really cool take on Dorothy's perspective on certain things of what happens afterward. You know, it's just a really interesting way of looking at the story. And I'm glad that Eric had the idea to do this. With everything that's going on with Eric too, I want you to check out what he's doing. I think it's, like I said, the reason why I say it's going to be one of the better picks for this year, especially, is he just got a printer, a 3D printer. And I think that once he gets control of the of how to work everything with that, and once he starts building these figures and everything else that are part of this, it's going to be an awesome coalition. Everything that he's doing, it's just going to be an incredible series, especially with all the limited production figures that he's going to be bringing in. And I really am looking forward to seeing exactly how far he's going to go with this, because I think it's going to be a really, really good project. I've been very happy with all the artwork on the campaign that he's done with Kickstarter. Check out Zombieful World of Oz and Eric Hawkins if you haven't yet. Okay, so today I want to, like I said, I want to say good morning to everybody. Let me just go through the list here. Carl, Donna, Glenn, Ace, like I said earlier. Damien, hello, how you doing, sir? Okay, so what I'm going to talk about today is I want to maybe throw a little bit of ink with pen on here too, but we'll have to see how that goes. I did bring up. Let me split this screen here. I did bring up in our new palette today. I've got a little bit more of a color. I used a blue, a deeper blue, and a deeper crimson red that I'm adding to the palette. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring some purples into the background a bit. I've also got a few of the watercolor pens that I'm going to be using, and we're going to be talking about that a little bit more. These are going to be for detail work, and I'm looking forward to showing you exactly how that's going to work. So, but I'm going to work on the background a bit, and then see if we can't pull Cthulhu a little bit more out of the foreground, and then see where we go with this. So I'm going to split the screen. I'm going to go to main screen on the drawing. So I'm going to look back and forth on this. If I can't see your comments, don't write me off. Have a good conversation between yourselves, but I'll be checking back and forth. So, all right. Let's see what we got here. Let me bring you up to full screen. You guys can hear me okay? Awesome. I think you can. And we'll get rolling here. Okay, everything's plugged in. Good deal. Okay. Move this mic over a little bit. Is that microphone good, guys? Okay. All right. So one of the things I did was I ended up stretching the drawing. I was telling you that it warps a little bit. I don't tape my work down. So that's one thing about this that a lot of people, oh, I can't believe you don't tape your watercolor down. Well, that's just me. You can do whatever you want. It's your if it's your drawing, you do your thing. For me, that's what I do. So yeah, so that's about it. So I'm going to go ahead and start getting the palette ready here. Get some of these colors going here. Yeah, I wanted to bring in a deeper, pardon the pun, deep purple, because it's I think that's what that background needs a little bit here. So we're gonna work on that. I'm gonna see if I can't bring in a couple color schemes of this just to see what we've got here. Sorry if my big head's getting in the camera here. I don't think it is, but and then that way I can bring out some of the shapes of the wings in the background a little bit better, and then that ink will tend to bring itself in a little bit more. And since we're using a lot of yellows in this too, I think purple being, very complementary, obviously Joker colors, which I love, but I think it's going to bring a lot more to the flavor of it all. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to be doing a couple of different things on this. And I'm going to be pulling a lot of the darker to the lighter side with the rabbit on the bottom. So the rabbit's going to be kind of the angelic, lighthearted, brightness of the whole painting. So bringing in itself, not the Cthulhu is not the center of it, but actually the hair is, which I think that's what I'm going to try doing with this. So. And you can use whatever type of brush you want. Like I said, I'm using the chisel brush because I feel a little more comfortable with it. And these purples don't have to be perfect. So just, you do your thing. If you're working on a background, whatever, I'm just trying to bring in some definition on some of this because I know it's got to bring out more flavor to the or to the greens that I'm trying to bring out here. So we'll have to see how this dries too. I said it earlier too. I'm going to digitally enhance this too a little bit. Once I scan it in, I'm going to do a few things to make it look a little bit more menacing. This artwork will be available for sale once we're done with it, and once I get everything scanned up and presented over to Travis, because I got to get, obviously that's going to be to his. It's got to be to him first, obviously, but the original will be for sale. So I haven't gotten a price on it yet because it depends on how much time it's going to take to get this done. But I'm assuming it's going to be done this week, and then I can get everything worked out with that price wise. But yeah, I'm just trying to get the contrasting down, so hopefully you guys can see that a little bit better. I think it's turning out pretty good. All right. It looks, it can look really muddy in a lot of these things. Watercolor is very unforgiving. So just what I try to do is I'll let it dry, and then I'll see where I'm at, because I think that a lot of these people that try to work with watercolor get really scared, and it's too bad because they end up ruining it. I think they end up losing their creativity, when they get scared. Okay. Okay. Well, if I don't see your comments on that, good morning to everybody. I'm not seeing anything from Facebook yet, so YouTube has been good. I'm getting all the remarks in from YouTube. I was going to put on some of that new music that StreamYard's offering, but I thought maybe it might be too distracting. So I can't hear it anyway, so I don't have my headphones in, but okay, that looks a little bit better. I think that's pulling together now what I'm trying to do. Yeah, Glenn, it doesn't buckle. Let me pull that up real quick so everybody can see that comment. Yeah, it does. You really have to work with it, but that's okay. I mean, this is how I work, and this is what I like doing. I like I say it a lot of times. It's the most zen of mediums because you're working with it. You're in constant. You're right here, right now. That's it. I mean, what it is what it is. So, and then you just roll with it. I mean, that is probably the rawest form of what I can do with my artwork. But yeah, you guys can hear me okay though. I didn't see anybody, and I don't see Eric. Eric, we must be on Facebook. So sorry, Donna said that I don't see him though. But in any case, but yeah, if you guys, for whatever reason, I'm still not getting any type of feedback from Facebook. But I know I'm on Facebook, but I'm not getting any type of reading from that. So if you guys want to switch over to YouTube, if not, I will catch it on the replay when I go back over everything. So, but yeah, we'll get you there. Hey Pete, what's up, man? Good morning. Thanks. It's coming together. And like I said, once I get the ink on here, you guys will see more of it. And the ink really is gonna it's gonna make the thing pop once I'm all done. Let's work on some of that green. I wanted to see what this was gonna do here. Okay, so you obviously know that I use a lot of the watercolor pens too, which I think are pretty important. I think that you these are a little bit more dangerous because you've got a lot of this is pretty permanent, but they are really, I think that it's awesome to be able to control the watercolor even more so now, and this, I'll add this in. I'm gonna kind of rush through it right now, but I'll get a feel for I'm gonna blend this out too in a second here. So yeah, the blending tool. And then we'll just kind of smooth that edge out a bit, make it look a little bit more almost like these tentacles are ancient in a way, almost like, I mean, they're like an octopus, but they're also like a plant. Yeah, I'll work on that though. And this is where I build in a lot of the textures. That's my style. I end up, a lot of people ask me, how do you get this this style? I'm like, I just keep working at it. I mean, that's it. There's a lot of things too that it's taken a long time for me to get to that level of for my my style. There's a lot of people that don't paint the way I do, or they don't like the way I paint, and that's fine. It's just me, and that's, I warrant that you guys go and utilize your ability, because you are the only way that you're the only person that can draw the way you draw. I mean, that's it. So go do it. Go have fun with it. Make the world a better place. Thanks, Pete. Appreciate that. It's a nice compliment. And like I said, I'll add a lot of stuff here. I've got ways to blend this color up that I can work with pretty quickly. And then once the ink gets down there, it's like bam, it pops. And what I like doing too is that with the watercolor, even though I lay down pencils first, the watercolor tells me what it wants. So when I do the ink lining to it, I might find a shape in there that actually looks better than, or works better than, my original pencil lines. And that really blends itself. I mean, Bill Sienkiewicz said it best, the art knows what it wants. And I really think that is very, very, very true, especially with watercolor. Yeah, Glenn, you've got if you guys are interested in any type of Dale Romney, actually that's what I've got. Some of the watercolors and the acrylics that I'm using on this. This is watercolor. This is absolutely a chromatic watercolors that I put together on this, which is I found them on, like I said, on Amazon, very cost effective. The paper that I'm using is a standard 80 pound, if I'm not mistaken, watercolor. And that's just because of economics. Some of the nicer stuff, some of the hand made papers that I have, I only use for direct commissions, really special commissions. But this one works out really, really well. This is very durable. But the paints, I've just been over the moon. These Spree pens actually have been really good too. SP, I don't know if you guys can see that or not. That makes, if you can see it, but Spree is these have been great for the money. I don't even know, they weren't that expensive at all, but they work just brilliantly. I've been very, very happy with them. And what I'm doing here is I'm just bringing in a slight line to each of the tentacles, just to give it some definition. One of the things with this too is you want to work with the lines quickly if you can, because if they dry too long, you're not going to be able to move that paint at all. It won't let you move it, which is fine. That might be the look you want too. I don't know, but I'm just trying to, like I said, build layers a bit. There's a few things. Once I bring the ink in, it'll pop a lot better too. There'll be a lot of interest in that, and I think that people will see exactly what I'm trying to do. And then I'll change up the colors too. I've got a few things I'm going to be doing with yellows and that too. I wanted these tentacles too, like I said, to look more like almost like they're organic, like a plant, versus like an octopus. That's there's going to be a couple of them that look like they have offshoots coming off the same tentacle, and I want it to look like it's almost like a plant. I don't know, just to be a little bit different. I didn't want to look like a Hydra symbol, but I don't see how you can't get around Cthulhu without making it look like it's a Hydra logo. But I'm going to add some more yellows to this to make the tentacles pop a little bit more. Maybe some reds. I don't know. I'm going to see how it goes, and then we'll see what I'm going to add to it. But I'm pretty happy with it so far. And you don't have to be real precise. I know some of these artists want to be just perfectionists, which is great, but I'm like, whatever, just do your thing. Do your thing and have fun with it. Because when you have fun with it, then everybody else has fun with it too. Usually. I'll bring those lines out more with ink, but you guys, I don't know if you can see it or not on the way that it's worked out here, but put some more purples in there too real quick. And I'm trying to give it a kind of like a stormy effect, like there's clouds or something, like it's emerging out of something. Well, I mean, we'll have to kind of see how once it dries up. We'll see what I have to add for texture, but like I said, it's a process, and you just let the work speak to you. Get a feel for what you're learning from it, I guess. But okay, let that dry up. It's looking pretty good though. I'm happy with that. Okay. And I'm just trying to highlight this a little bit. If the paint's too wet, these markers won't work, and that's actually a good thing, because it tells you to take your time with it, be a little bit more patient. Add some more of that. Like I said, I'm just building up the layers on it color-wise, and then we'll see where we're at with everything. But You might hear Calypso bark because I know the mail's coming soon, and she doesn't have her bark collar on, so she might be a little loud today. Hopefully you guys saw the video of her on my Facebook page. She is a riot. I think most of you did. Okay, let me see how that's looking. That looks pretty good. I'm seeing it on camera. It doesn't look too bad. It's coming together, so. No, I can't hear any barking yet either, so she's been pretty good. I gave her some Cheerios before I came in here, so hopefully she'll know that there's more Cheerios once I'm done here. It's funny, she's getting used to the fact whenever I put a fedora on or whatever, she gets like dead silent and she goes and lays down. So I don't know. She must know that I'm, getting ready to broadcast or whatever. But so that's been kind of our segue into time to be quiet now. If you guys have time, you should check out From the Trenches of Hollywood. It's a podcast I'm doing with producer Craig Hall out in California. We've got a Facebook page, From the Trenches of Hollywood. You can check that out. And then you can also follow us on Anchor as well. You can find all the videos for From the Trenches of Hollywood on this channel as well on YouTube. So, but Anchor, I think it's From the Trenches of Hollywood as well. And then we can follow us on Instagram on Hollywood Trenches. And if you have any questions of how to get your work to Hollywood or how to help you write a little bit easier, give us a shout because there's a lot of good information that we both have put in a lot of time and effort into that podcast, and I think it's helped a lot of people too. But yeah, if there's questions, send them to us too as well. That would be awesome. Let's get your ideas out there. March 5th and 6th of this year coming up is going to be my first Comic-Con since 2020. And we're going to be at the Midland Mall in Midland, Michigan. I believe the 5th and the 6th from, I don't know if it's 10 to 7 or 10 to 5 on Saturday, and I think 12 to 5 on Sunday. You can check out everything we're doing there on my page, my Ted Davies Artistry page. A lot of vendors going to be there. I'm going to be selling all my books that I've got available there, as well as commission work. And I'll have some prints there too as well. See if you guys are coming on out. Be more than happy to sell you a few things. Talk to you about what's happening in our world with the movie development and everything else that's going on. So that's going very well too. Everything's moving along with that. So we are chugging along. Busy, busy, busy. I don't want to add any ink to this yet because the paint's just, or the water's still pretty prevalent on the page, and it'll just smear the daylights out of the paint, so I don't want to do that. So I might have to do that off camera, but I'll make sure that I post this when I'm done, when I'm completely finished with all of it. Let me know what you think about this setup too. I'm trying to get everything organized with the camera. Than that, this seems to work out easier for me than say an overhead shot because I can't really. The camera's in front of me, then it's hard for me to paint. But hopefully this is working out for you, and you guys can see this okay. Seems to be working out for me pretty well. But I'm gonna let that dry up a bit. Maybe we'll work out a little bit more on the rabbit here. The rabbit's not, I'm not really going to add too much color to that because I think that that's pretty much the mainstay. I might add just some black line to it. I think that'll probably be what I'm probably going to do there. And then as this dries, I'll add more color to it so that you'll be able to see the different layers of tentacles and all that stuff. So I'll work a little bit more on the background in that too. And then when I work on it digitally, I'll probably darken it. I'm going to probably put a vignette around it, a little bit more of a darker vignette, make it look more ominous. But it really depends. Once I get the shots of it, I'll know. Once I get the high def shots, I'll know exactly what I'm going to be doing with it. Yeah, I thought it might be. So I'm going to probably try to lower the tripod a little bit. I've had a couple other options with it, but I think that that's where I'm at right now. I've got another setup that I might be able to bring in a little bit closer. Maybe to about like here, maybe. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But right now it is what it is right now. So we'll just kind of see how it goes. I wanted to have it a little bit, the artwork itself, I wanted to have a little bit more whimsical than actual because it is a story that we're pretty much all familiar with. And being that Wonderland is not necessarily a kid's story, but it seems like it's a little bit more kid friendly. I don't know if that's the truth on this one. I haven't followed what Travis said on that, but I think it's going to be just a different take, maybe completely on it. But yeah, I wanted to kind of be a little kiddish, a little bit, more kid friendly. But it just depends on once it ends up being what it is, that's it. We'll just see what happens. But and I'm going to look too. I don't know if I'm going to be using any acrylic on this. I might end up finishing up a highlight or two with acrylic on this layout, but I'll have to see what it turns out to be. Yeah, we're heading in almost an hour here, guys. I appreciate you stopping in. I'm going to probably end up, I might continue on for a little bit. I'm going to see if I can't get this thing to dry up a bit and then maybe add some ink to it. So I'll keep on the station for a bit. You guys can check in or check out, whatever you want to do with that. But I would love for you guys to stick around. A lot of this is going to be building up layers upon layer. Try a hair dryer? No, thanks. I don't want to do that. I've got a paint dryer that I use, and then I've got a secondary light on here that actually heats up pretty good, but it blinds the daylights out of the camera. So I'll put that on there for a second. Let us see if that'll heat up a bit. The paint dryer that I've got kicks up to about 700 degrees if I need to. So, but I don't think I'm going to be using that while I'm on camera here. A little bit too dangerous. Confined quarters and all that. So. I'm just using, what's nice about this blender is it's a squeezable bottle, and I just use just enough on there just to blend the paint, not too much, just enough. Thanks, Damien. Appreciate it. Hope you're doing well, man. Yeah, I got a couple of things I'm working on for you too. I got to get that done too. So, but we'll talk about that. It's coming together though. I think that it works. Once I get the black lines on it, I think that'll help. I'm gonna crack into the new microns that I've got, which I've got a brush pen on this one. I'm gonna be using a few different variations of this. Usually, I go with the 3 series line normally when I do my work, and that's, but I'll fluctuate between a 1, 3, or 5 depending on what I'm using for depth. But yeah, once I get the eyes, the eyes will be really almost like a slit. They'll be very menacing once that's done. And then I'll add a few other textures in. Then I'll throw in the patented dirt that I use on all my drawings, and then the speckle work that I do to finish, and then I'll I'll see where I'm at with it and see if I can call it. But there's definitely a vibe I'm going for with this. And once it's all dried and that, it'll pop more. But I think as far as the colors go on the screen looks pretty good. That's what I'm going for. So I'll look at it, once I get it scanned, and then I'll see where it looks like, and then we'll add here and there. I'll add what I want to on certain. It's hard to do it when you're on camera and you're trying to, explain what you're doing. I'm sure you guys understand that. So, and it can be kind of not distracting, but just I want to make sure that I'm teaching you something here too. There's not really there's no there's no benefit in it if you guys don't learn something, right? So that's what I try to do, give something back to people, here, and try to do something so you guys are hopefully motivated to do some work for yourselves, because I think you guys, I see a lot of artists that aren't doing anything, and it's frustrating from my standpoint, because I wish that there was something else I could do to get you guys to the point where you're hopefully motivated. And then I see other artists that are just, taking names, they're just doing it. So, but yeah, I think that's pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with all this, all in all. And the main thing, have fun with it. I mean, you're going to get to the point where you're frustrated sometimes, and just let it roll. Life's too short. Paint. That's what I say. Yeah, it's getting there. It's getting there. I always think composition is such a hard thing. Not writing, but just the layout of certain pieces of artwork. because everybody's got their, their different tastes, presentations, everything, right? At least it was in architecture. I don't know, sometimes in this type of format, like I said, the imperfections, I've said that before, the imperfections are what makes it perfect in my eyes. But yeah, if you guys haven't liked this yet or shared it out, thank you for doing that. I appreciate it. Appreciate you guys sticking around with me for a little bit. It doesn't look too bad. It's coming together. Let's see if I can bring that up a little bit. It's coming together. Like I said, it's hard to, when you're on camera like this, even though it's a high def camera, it's still not, it's not natural light, so it's a little bit different, but it's coming together. It's given that effect that I want. But they take, like everything, it takes time. You as an artist will know when it's ready. I don't think any art is ever really done, right? But okay. Yeah, I thought about that too, Glenn. I think that I might just erase the lines and then just see where we're at with that. Might just erase the lines and then we'll see. 'Cause I think that might be the ticket. But we'll see. I've got a couple ideas there. Uh, but yeah, I think that it's coming together the way I wanted it to. So that's good. I wanted the Cthulhu to be a little bit more of a representation of it versus the actual. Sometimes they're just so foreboding, and I want it to be something that's going to be cool, a little bit stylized, but not, not to the point where it's ridiculous. I just want it to be something that's fun and it brings interest to it. And I think I've accomplished that. So that's good. Not done with it yet, but it's getting there. It's getting there. But yeah, we'll see how that works. I think that that's the power of it all, right? You'll figure it out as you go. Sometimes I have it in my head, exactly the way I want the layout, but I think that sometimes it's it's as you go. I think that that's development. That's just part of artwork. Everybody here that's an artist understands that, or a writer for that matter. I mean, there's your work sometimes develops as you produce the book. Every word can change the story, really, when it comes down to it. But yeah, right, Carl, it does. And you're building up, like I said, this is it's different too. If I have this as on an incandescent light, if I put it on fluorescent, it's different too. And then if it's just in daylight, actually this isn't true daylight, but you can get a feel for the difference in it all. I mean, once it's scanned too, it'll look different. So, but and then you got the 4K camera, which that the high def turns it another way too. So, and then once I add some of the black lines to the Cthulhu, I think it'll, like I said, it should sharpen it quite a bit, and then we'll go from there. But I'll see if and sometimes the black line is kind of cool because it ends up showing the shapes just a little bit different, and then people can say, "Oh, that's cool. All right, that can." And you're following a line. You're not even looking at the colors anymore. So it looks different to different people, and that's the whole idea. And maybe if whoever picks up this as the piece of art or a print from the campaign through Travis, that'll be that'll be their luxury too. They'll be able to look at something and say, "Oh, cool, I like that," or "I don't like this," or and it'll maybe make Cthulhu a little bit more legendary in their minds too. I can only hope, but yeah, I think that I think I'm gonna wait on the on finishing. I'm almost done with it, but I'm gonna end up doing some black line work. I won't do that on camera. Maybe I'll do it at a live event or something this week, but we'll have to kind of see how it goes. But I think I'm just gonna add to it throughout the day, see where I'm at. Let me give you an update on Grim 101 Book 2. I've got I had a couple pages I added to the story that I'm sending over to edit to the editor so that I can go. I wanted to add a couple more details in there that I didn't think were answered. So sending that over to the editor. I should have that back I would think by the end of the week, end of next week. But the artwork I'm working on currently for the book, there's probably about 20-ish, I want to say almost, there's going to be between 20 and 30 pieces of art. I've got a couple things in that I might slim down a bit on it, but the book will be, like I said, I'm going to be ordering the prints, as well as the book prints, second week of February. So everything should be here ready to go by the end of February. I'll have them mailed out, and then we'll, yeah. So I mean, it's coming together. Everything's working well with the book. So, hey, Grant, what's up, man? How you doing? Hopefully you're well. Yeah. So we'll get this done for Travis here in a couple of days. Like I said, this artwork will be for sale once it's complete. I'll post it with the full amount of what it's going to cost for you to own this, and we'll go from there. But I think we're about there. So I've got, let's see, let's see. Let me see. Just reading my notes here. So, like I said, for this week, let's pull this aside here. So for this week, we've got Comics Unlimited podcast on Thursday. It's already pre-recorded. Glenn and I already went through that show. It's about Frank Miller. It's awesome. I think you guys will dig it. Take an hour, listen to it, like it, hopefully enjoy it. And then from the Trenches of Hollywood, we got episode 8. It's going to be or actually 9. It's going to be coming up this Friday. and we'll talk to you a little bit more about that during the week. So check that out and get writing. I mean, there's a lot of things that we've had in the last 9 episodes. We've had some really good interviews, from directors to screenwriters to now to a TV writer as well, who just ended up landing a CBS deal. So the writer's name is Lee. He is awesome. Check out what he's doing from the trenches of Hollywood, because I think you guys will dig that. As it gets rolling, you'll see a lot more things that Craig and I are bringing out for you guys, because I think that when you see that there's experts in the industry that actually, they're doing it every day, and they know what what to look for and what Hollywood's looking for, it makes it so much easier. It makes it more obtainable for you, because it's a belief system to get your ideas out there. And that's what I'm trying to do. That's what Craig's trying to do. We're trying to get it to the point where you guys, your stories are valid. So let's see what we can do to help. So check that out. Of course, check out everything on this YouTube channel, because I appreciate it. I'd like to get more subscribers. We're trying to get, I've got very loyal subscribers, which is great. And I like that a lot. I would rather grow organically. And plus, we've got a full gamut, whether it's on Facebook or YouTube or, Instagram, whatever. I've got a lot of different followers on different platforms. And I understand that a lot of us don't all belong to YouTube. So that's understandable. So you will be able to find my content on Facebook, but I would love to get more subscribers on YouTube. So if you guys could help me out there, I would appreciate it. Thank you for all of you that are following, and that you guys are always been great about that and being part of Ted's tribe. So, and that's it's important to me that you guys stick with it, because the adventure's just beginning. So a lot going on this year. So I will check out this drawing a little bit later once it dries. Hopefully you guys have a good day. Get productive. Do something great. Do something great for somebody else too. And, try to enjoy it. So no envy, no fear. I look forward to seeing all you guys this week, at least on the recording side of things. I'm going to be tied up the rest of the week on other personal stuff going on, family stuff that's people are coming up. Hey, what's up? What's up, killer? Coming up? You want to say hi to everybody? Yeah. You want treats? You want a treat? You want Cheerio? Yeah. I think she wants some Cheerios. So hold on a second here. There you go. Hi. You want to say hi to everybody? No? You just want Dad. Okay. So try to enjoy your day, guys. I'm going to get going. Have some time with the little one here. So you want to say goodbye? You want some Cheerios? Okay, let's go get some Cheerios. We'll talk to you soon, guys. Thanks so much for stopping in. I appreciate it. And we both do. We'll talk to you soon.